And we have Heartbreaker with an Armed Dragon deck, which we don't know how much Kashtira is in it. Is it more Kashtira than Armed Dragon? We're going to find out. Begin. Starting off with that Unicorn for the Birth. Birth will allow an additional summon. Not an additional one, but a regular normal summon of a level 7. So it does work with non-Kashtira monsters. Making the Galaxy Tomahawk. If we have no disruption for this, this is going to be devastating. We have the Pile Armed Dragon summoning itself onto the field, discarding a card, level 3, activating to draw into an Ash Blossom. Boosting up the Apollo USA to 3,900. What the? Just gave it a bunch more negates. Now the Birth is going to be allowing that normal summon of a level 7, and now we have the, what? The Duel Links card? Dark Dragon Doom Rider. Let's try to break down this field here. We have negate anything. We have triple monster negate. You cannot add cards from the deck to the hand. It is also indestructible. And the Doom Dragon is going to have, I think, the quick effect of pop a card in the field. Target a face-up card in the field, destroy it. Okay, and it is a quick effect if you have a dragon monster as a material. Interesting. Okay, you got me. Congratulations. You played it yourself. Nice. Lily searching for the My Friend Purrely, holding on to the Ash Blossom here, saving it for the My Friend Purrely to negate the guaranteed search of any quick play spell we want, which would be delicious. Cross out Designate to negate the negate. I do not think so. Now we want to grab Delicious, but we still need to summon a Purrely and randomly add a quick play spell among those 3 to have our turn 1 X Purrely Nor. Can't make X Purrely Nor with this. Gotta get lucky. But how lucky is it when we play a ton of the quick play spells to add? Okay, we got it. We got X Purrely Nor. We're gonna have to discard the Impermanence though. We're gonna make Delicious. That is 2 material. Sleepy will be 3, Imperm will be 4, and the Cross Out will be 5. Attach the Plump with the Plump. Very good. And if we don't discard Impermanence, then we have to randomly add a quick play here now, because think about this. There's only 1 Cross Out Designate in the graveyard to equip, so we're 4 material. So if this adds nothing, it does not make an X Purrely Nor. And then if we make a Princess Sprite and it does not add a spell or trap that we could equip onto the Plump, are we missing out on X Purrely Nor or what? Huh? Oh, okay, we got Leap, but okay, we got the Pretty Memory. We're gonna Leap the Plump instead into an X Purrely Nor. Princess Sprite, middle of the top card of the deck here. Imperm, grab Imperm. Yep, okay. So we did lose our turn 1 X Purrely Nor, but we got the Leap instead. We can Leap it onto the Plump to make a 5 material, and we can draw 2 with Sleepy. So Standby Phase, draw 1. Did not Leap to draw 2. We're gonna wait. We're gonna hold on to it. Ash is going to negate the Planet Field spell, searching for the Unicorn play here. Kurikara is going to be tributing the Plump because it activated during the standby phase. Does not activate. And just like that, the Leap is no good. Triggering the My Friend Purrely to add up to 3 different Purrely spells in the graveyard back to our hand. We are going to be summoning Tempest in the deck. It is not attackable the turn it is summoned with a ruler. We are going to be summoning our Pile Armed Dragon. Draw, searching in for the Graham. Graham is going to be banishing 2 to summon itself from the hand. We're going to be targeting a monster, and then we're going to be using the Pile Arm to send from the deck. We negated it. What happened here? We're going to be summoning our Burner and Tempest to make the Masquerena. Tempest banishing up to 2 dragons from the graveyard or hand to summon itself from the graveyard. Scooping it up! Kurikara completely countering Purrely just like that, tributing the Plump before we could use the Purrely Leap onto it. Otherwise, if we were to have leaped onto it early and not activated the Sleepy, we could have sat on the X Purrely Nor unaffected at 5 material. As long as we don't activate the draw, then Kurikara could not tribute it. That is really unfortunate there. The Heartbreaker 2-0 with Armed Dragon, knocking out Purrely. Let's hop on another one. Hajime. More than 1 Purrely Street. That's very good against a deck like Kashtira. A Rise Heart wants to target your monsters. Whip out the Street to make your plays. We got Droll. Okay. Triple Droll and Lockbird. One in the grave, two in the hand. Spinning the Lone Fire Blossom right away. Not conserving the materials because we know as soon as the Con field spell comes out, we're going to have to get spinning anyway. We're going to Sunvine Sowing with the Dryas on the field, spinning the Dryas back to the extra deck. And just like that, we're going to be having, I mean, what is this? Just a Loki. Okay, Loki into Dryas again. It could activate again. Borea equipping the Princess, which we could send to the graveyard to search for a Therion, or not because we're spinning everything. Now, Mudon's going to be tributing and finally grabbing the Con field spell as we're out of spins. We're going to be Droll and Lockbirding, but the Con sets a spell or trap from the deck, unfortunately for Pack here. We got the Ricochet. Ricochet could tribute a Nor and then steal another monster, but if you tribute the Nor, then they're going to be popping off of their cards. Called by the grave, banishing the Princess as it is a monster negate while you control a Ricca on the field. Ricochet tributing the Princess Sprite, taking control of the Nor, but because of the field spell, giving it an additional material, we're going to be spinning a card in the field back into the deck. Goodbye to the Con. We're going to follow up Happy Memory, protecting the Purrely, my friend, from being destroyed by card effect, as we have to randomly grab nothing. Oh my Jesus. That's not good. Now, Plump is going to be equipping 2 cards from either player's graveyard, spell, or traps. We have 4 material and an Anima, sucking up our own Purrely Nor. It does go back to us in the end phase, but we're going to send it to the graveyard to become 5 material here so we can make another Purrely Nor. Very well done. Using Anima to take back our Purrely Nor. And then we're going to equip from the graveyard during the end phase, 7 material unaffected from activated effects. Well, we're in big trouble now. Get drawn, get scooping, and just like that, despite the field spell being the main counter to Purrely Nor, knowing that, we're just going to spin right away. We're not going to rely on being unaffected. We're just going to have multiple spins. All right. Lone Fire jumping off the field into the Loki. Loki into the Dryas, grabbing the Sunvine Sowing, which we already have in our hand, so that was a bait and a gate. Teardrop will be quick effect, tribute a monster the opponent controls. And just like that, what are the disruptions we have here? We have monster negate, anything negate, tribute a monster, spin a monster back. We have imperm on top of that, a max C, and the Con could tribute an opposing monster when we negate a monster. That's about 6 disruptions plus a max C. I'm out of here. No thanks. What the heck? What other deck puts up that many disruptions? Damn. Low-key into the Dryas. Does Pack have a Droll and Lockbird or something? We already know Max C is not here. No Droll, no Max C. I would think the Imperm choke point would be the Dryas, so no Imperm either. This is not good. And Ash Blossom would be used on Sowing. You Imperm Dryas, you Ash the Sowing, you Droll as soon as you can, and you Max C on the normal summon of the Loki. No hand trap at all. It's going to be the same as game 1. Holy moly, I really... Oh, Nibiru! Yes! Surprise Nibiru! Damn! Now, Primula, because our monster got tributed, special summon onto the field. Borea, equip a plant from the graveyard, then we could send it, then search for our Therion. Come to me, Therion Disc Coliseum. And now we're going to be linking this up into YOLO, 3 cards off the top of our deck. They have to be plant to summon. So he is going to negate that YOLO. He held onto the Ash because he wanted to hit him with the Nibiru. So he's got plenty of hand traps. Nibiru, Ash, very well done. He could have summoned up to 3 plants off the top of the deck, and we did not want to see that happen. We're now going to be searching for our Therion King Regulus, equipping the Borea for our Omni Negate. That's it. Okay, what is our disruption here? Our disruption is just a Therion Omni Negate, nothing else. Princess, if we have it in the hand, is not activatable because we don't have a Rika on the field. Just this. An 1800 attack, 1200 attack against a Purrely deck, that's lethal damage with a Happiness setup. Oh my, geez, we just have to play through the Regulus. We could get him to negate, we then lethal over the Dance Peon very easily. We got the Purrely Street, meaning we already have the My Friend Purrely in the hand. We're going to force out the negate with the Azalea. Azalea is going to attempt to send the Regulus to the graveyard by destroying it. Regulus is going to be forced to negate, and just like that, if we have pretty much any quick play spell, I mean, we do know he's got the My Friend Purrely, right? He did not search it, so he has it. This is pretty... Oh, Ash is going to negate. Now this gets a little bit hairy here. We're not sure if he's going to have access to the Happiness quick play to have that lethal damage over the Dance Peon. He does not. Oh my Jesus. No, that is not good. And the Azalea could banish a spell from the graveyard at the start of the damage step to destroy a monster you're battling into with it, but we have no spell in the grave. Oh no, this is really unfortunate. The Ash Blossom stopping the My Friend Purrely. If Pack's got 3 cards in the hand, we know one is a street. Hopefully they're not little Purrelys and maybe they're hand traps, right? Another Nibiru is what we definitely need here. We have Droll and Lockbird, which is going to prevent further adding from the deck here. Is that going to be a big deal for Rika? As Malleus reborns a monster from the graveyard, we're going to be linking this off into a Thrasher. Thrasher's going to get Thrash and becoming 3,200 attack, and now we're going to make a Resurgent. Do we have lethal here? Doesn't Thrasher reborn the monster use swing? Oh, we do have another Nibiru, but the Regulus is going to have to send itself to the graveyard to negate. Negate that Nibiru. Hard once per turn is not destroyed, but we could not activate it again. I can't believe we did not perform lethal damage. This is absolute insanity. I thought that pack was done for. The only disruption we have here is the Resurgent could spin back a monster on the field. But we don't know what that hand trap is. Is there anything in the graveyard that's relevant? Princess is not activatable. Let's go. Is it Ash? Did not Ash. And revealing triple Happy Memory to set up that lethal damage here. We got the Purrely Street to play around an effect veiler, also playing around the Resurgent. We now cannot spin back a monster because it is a targeting effect. Our only disruption has been stopped by the Street. Double up the Nor. How many spins we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 spins, activate the field spell, equip a Sleepy. How many draws do we have during the standby phase? We have 1, we have 2. 2 because we're going to equip the second one. There we go. 5 spin. 4 spin now. We're going to spin the pedal back into the deck so it does not summon onto the field, then searches for a Rika card here. We know that the Regulus is in the hand. Now, how the Regulus works here is that the Regulus will target the Borea, and if you spin the Borea, it still gets summoned. It will still have that Omni Negate. So we potentially have to spin the Borea before he even activates the Regulus. There is just one Borea in there. We're going to be drawn 1, drawn 2. We have 4 spins. Small Worlds. We're going to be bridging with the Borea, banishing the Petal and the Borea to grab a Kaiju. Now, on the resolution of the search, we may have to start spinning. At least spin the Borea in the graveyard. We 100% know there's a Kaiju and a Regulus. What are we going to do? Droll and Lockbird first. Okay. Get spinning. Spin the Borea. Very good. Now the Regulus can't be summoned. And we're going to spin again. Spin back the Disc Coliseum. Back into the deck. It's Regulus and Kaiju. I don't think he can beat Purrely here. If he Kaijus, he'll trigger the field spell. He'll trigger the My Friend Purrely. He ends his turn. Now Pack is staring at an open field, equipping the Delicious here. Can we perform lethal damage? Triple reveal with the My Friend Purrely here, randomly grabbing one of them. We're not sure which. We could possibly assume it is the Delicious as we summon a Lily from the deck. Is Pack playing X Purrely Happiness, the direct attacker for game? we're going to be equipping onto the Plump, making a Delicious here. We get a 5th material we could overlay for the X Purely Happiness. 2,500 attack, going to be boosted by Delicious and deal 2,500 damage. We're going to be revealing the top 3 here. Nothing, completely whiffing it. There's just 4,600 damage on the field. Not enough for lethal. Now, a lot of players played just 2 X Purely Nors, despite us being able to potentially set up a 3rd one. Instead, we're going to set up a Fat Zeus. That Zeus is 6 material, triple field wipe. And remember, the Kaiju is still here. So what do we have here? We have spin, 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 field wipe, field wipe, field wipe. 6 times we could wipe the field or spin a card. Let's go. 800 life with a purely in attack position here. It's kind of scary. Max C in the standby phase. We're going to be drawing 2 cards, hopefully drawing in hand traps here. Now, Rika Glamour is just going to be simply searching for a Rika Pedo. Oh, Nor's unactivatable. What are you talking about? Kaiju over the X Purely Nor, triggering the field spell and the My Friend Purely, summoning a Purely onto the field and adding up to 3 quick play spells in the graveyard. Come back to me. Sleepy, Sleepy. We got Happy. It has to be 3 different names here. With a 100 attack position Purely. What is going on? Resurgent is going to be resurging itself back on the field, but the X Purely Nor is going to spin it back into the extra before it gets summoned. Okay. That Purely is a big choke point here. We're going to spin back the panel before it activates, searching for a Rika. With the Therion Regulus in the hand, we are passing it just like that. Pack TCG taking round 1 victory. I don't even know what to say. That was back and forth. Early on in the game, Pack ended his turn on turn 2 with no disruption, and then Rika was just not able to perform that lethal damage. Holy moly. Let's go.